Hi everyone, how's it going? So, I wanted to briefly share some controversial opinions that I had. I'm not going to hold you, right? This is going to piss a lot of people off. It's not just like the perps, it's also the TIs as well. But I'm going to piss off a lot of people with what I'm about to say. So, I was cleaning and I was thinking about the difference in behavior between adults and children. And I was basically saying that if the world centered, I've said this before in my life, but I basically said if the world centered everything that they did around the genuine welfare of children, not just like children as an extension of the parents, not just children as an extension of one's community, but if we really treated this world as if it actually belonged to them and not us, that this world will clean up. Now, I also admitted that I don't like children and that children, in my mind, win by default. Because as much as adults are, I mean, fuck, adults are just the like, we are just the worst. My God, adults are the worst. Like, kids are idiots. As much as I like completely understand that adults are the absolute worst and that, you know, I've been an adult for nearly 2 decades. I still don't like adults. Like money is the only thing we're good for. I don't like any of us at all. I really, really don't. But it's like, even when I know that I know kids are morons, I know kids are idiots, and I know kids are basically like a miniature version of what we grow up to be. They weaponize everything. Everything that they do is to get the barest minimum of attention. So they're going to say and do anything, whether it's good or bad. They don't have like a moral filter like that beyond what we teach them. So yeah, they're idiots. Like, I'm not like sitting here saying that children are perfect. They're not perfect. Kids are morons. But then, who are the ones who are engaging in, laser technology? Who are the ones who are killing people in their millions and lying about it? It's not children doing it. It's us adults. And on top of that, when it comes to the subject of having children, I think we're so quick to throw status on that without thinking. Now let's think about a house cat. Let's think about a regular ass house cat or farm cat that hasn't been sterilized, right? A house cat or farm cat that hasn't been sterilized can have litters of up to like, I think 9 kittens, maybe more. So they can have like multiple kittens. They can have litters of kittens. And yet I could be wrong about this. Let me know if I'm wrong about this. But the average intelligence of an adult house cat is the equivalent to a 1-year-old adult. Now stay with me here. Think about the people on this earth that have been deliberately dehumanized in comparison to everyone else, and think about how many children they have on average. Think about the ones who are kept down in education, kept down in basic human enlightenment, kept down in basic human understanding. And like, think about the ones who are kept down and think about how many children they actually have. There is a reason why there is a correlation between intelligence and having children later and fewer. There's a reason why there's a correlation between that. Is because when human beings are robbed of their education and they're robbed of their common sense, they only have their animal instincts to go on. And what is the animal instinct? To fight, to survive, and to breed. Simple. Now, if we need any further proof, all we have to do is look at the world around us. Like, even when you're not a TI, would an intelligent person, let's be all the way real here, would an intelligent person give birth to the racist, sexist, homophobes, transphobes? Would anybody give birth to, like, knowingly give birth to a fucking human phobe? Let's be real. Would an intelligent person bring people into the world with bigotry and teach those people bigotry? Would that be the domain of an intelligent person, or would that be the domain of a house cat. We've got human beings that with the equivalent of the sense of house cats giving birth and having children and raising those children. And a lot of people have made the argument that nobody likes me. Okay. Now, from my mind, first of all, that's clearly not true because there are people that do like me. Second of all, my parents were both very intelligent, very academic people, and the only thing really holding them back was their physical disabilities, right? That's the only thing that was holding them back. Without that, they would have fucking conquered the world by now. And I'm not just saying that because they're my parents, I'm saying that because it's the fucking truth. Anybody who knew them knew they were talented, very gifted people. Now, let's just say, for argument's sake, that the people who don't like me are right about me and that I'm not liked. Let's just say that, for example. Would an intelligent human being, let's be real, would an intelligent human being, would a person who had goals and ethics and morals, would a person who knew who they were give birth to somebody that is everybody's stress and nobody's relief? It's okay, I'll wait. I'll wait. Who would give birth to somebody and raise somebody who was a bigot? Who would give birth and raise to somebody who was a miscreant and a liar? By your own logic, if not, like by the logic of people who don't like me, if nobody likes me, what intelligent person would give birth to somebody nobody likes? Or conversely, let's put it in the reverse, right? What intelligent person would give birth to a narcissist? What intelligent person would give birth to somebody that can only like narcissists and can only like sociopaths and can only like people who entertain them? What kind of intelligent person would do that? That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, this is the reason why it will piss so many people off with my opinions. Like, I was just saying this to myself, minding my business. It got these people het up because they knew I was right. Most of the people who have children are not intelligent. This village alone proves it. The amount of children that do stupid ass things because they are egged on by their parents or they're not taught by their parents to do anything other than what they do. A lot of the people who have children are fucking dumb. And I know it's going to sound really, really horrible to say, especially given that there are targeted individuals out there who have had children and have had children taken away from them. And I've basically just said, oh yeah, you're dumb. Like, I can only imagine if you're a targeted individual, what this must sound like to you. But it's the truth. No person who truly knows who they are, who are truly intelligent, and who truly have a plan for their lives would give birth to children in a world like this where we know there's gang stalking going on. Or we know that there are people who are not good, like intelligent people don't give birth to good people. Intelligent people don't give birth to bad people. Intelligent people do not raise bad people. Intelligent people do not raise their children to be around bad people. That's not something that intelligent people who know who they are do. What you're looking at is a species of people that are completely animalized and don't know it. And no, I don't fucking like adults. I don't like adults, especially straight adults. Like, that's the reason I don't hang around nobody. I don't like people. Because as kids, they say and do stupid things, and as adults, it only gets worse. And then on top of that, they have the nerve to want to be entertained. They have to be entertained into doing the right thing. They have to be captivated into doing the right thing. They have to be moved by a motherfucker in order to do the right thing. There has to be a charismatic speaker of some kind or a leader of some kind to motivate them. Why should you need somebody to motivate you if you're an adult with sense? Why should you need anybody to motivate you into doing the right thing if you're an adult with sense? That's why I don't like most grown-ups like me. We're a fucking mess. We're a mess. And especially straight adults, miserable and a fucking mess. Ain't no way. I have straight friends. I can't believe I'm saying this. I have straight. I can't believe I'm saying this shit. Like, most of the people in my life are straight. I'm not saying this because like I need to be bigoted or what have you, even though what I said was just incredibly bigoted. But straight people are idiots, and they're miserable on top of that. Adults are just not it. I literally know of adults right now in this village that are involved in a trafficking ring against a person. And even when they know everything that they're doing is wrong, they're still encouraging their youngsters to be involved. Even to the point where when one person walked past the door, they made some crack about not wanting to grow up. Hello? Are you okay? You tried to section somebody for making fun of you. That's the type of shit that adults do. Instead of talking out your problems like adults, instead of trying to open your mind to other people's point of view, you join a fucking gang stalking ring. Please be serious with yourself. And then on top of that, the people behind the gang stalkers, they're having people talking about, oh, what a big mouth I have. Oh, you know, me and my big mouth. Like, again, you are grown. You are grown. You got adults out here doing street theater, grown people. You got people who are judging their success entirely by how much pain someone else is in. You are grown fucking adults. There are adults out there who have been firing lasers at children, and not even at children, fetuses. You are grown. There are people out there who have tried to fight for basic human rights of people who are not English, not white. They've had weapons fired on them to cause them cancer and heart attacks and strokes. They have had long-range acoustic devices fired on them to synthesize mental illness so that they end their own lives. You are grown. Ain't no children doing that. There are people who have like come into my house and contaminated my things that have children. There was one person who did that in Cricklewood that was fucking pregnant. There was somebody who came into this flat and did that. They have two fucking children. I don't think they even have two children. I think it might be three. I'm not sure. Grown people. Rwanda, where people were pushed into killing each other in their millions. There were people, most of those killings were engineered by grown people, both the people doing the killing and the people who were engaged in the frequency weaponry to encourage the killing. Grown ass people. Apartheid in South Africa and the US, grown ass people. Over here in the UK, no blacks, no Irish, no dogs. MI5 targeting black communities that came into this country. Grown fucking people. People who have killed our trans sisters and raped our trans brothers. Grown people. What kind of intelligent person, what kind of decent person, what kind of person who is educated, and I'm not talking about educated in the ways of the street or educated in the ways of the book. I'm talking about educated in the ways of the soul. What kind of educated, intelligent person who knows themselves would ever give birth to people who would commit such atrocities? That is my point. And I know a lot of parents out there are going to feel maligned. There are some of you who might get it. And I know a lot of parents out there are going to feel maligned, and some parents might get it. I'm not going to lie. But like, again, I've been an adult since I was 21 years old. To me, I've been an adult since I was 21 years old. So I've been an adult for 18 years. And the more I see of people my age, the more I am disgusted. And if you want to go down the line of like me being an adult since I was 18, that would be 21 years I've been an adult. Really look back at my social media, at all the things that you've seen, and try to tell me that the adults in this world are anything to write home about. We're trash. Like I said, only good for one thing: money. Money. You're good for trade and nothing more. Nothing more. You're definitely not good for morality. Nothing more. I'm telling you. And even if people wanted to use the argument that, oh, you're just saying that because you're bitter and no one likes you. Again, what kind of intelligent person would give birth to somebody calling someone a madwoman for 20 years? What kind of intelligent person would give birth to somebody racially aggravating someone? What kind of intelligent person would give birth to somebody who would need to traffic another person to try to keep their kids' morale up? What kind of intelligent person would give birth to people who can't handle somebody just minding their business and doing what they need to do? Who would do that? No intelligent person does that shit. And speaking of which, hold on. Oh my god, no. It didn't use as much battery as I thought. Speaking of which, right, I was just cleaning. I'm going into a different subject now. I was just cleaning. And usually when I start cleaning, I start talking out loud. Now, I haven't been talking out loud like on a really, really intense level since I got to Brighton. There have been little incidences here and there, but I haven't been talking very much. You know, not in comparison, not like I used to. I don't talk like I used to. I used to talk a lot, but now that I've been talking like while I'm cleaning and stuff like that, and while I'm, like while my mind is ticking over, now my upstairs neighbor have a problem. I thought they wanted me to talk out loud. I thought they were spying on me to see what I would say, to see if there was something that they could use. Now they got a problem with hearing me. Like, what the fuck are they talking about over there? I thought they wanted to hear me. That's what I thought. I thought they wanted to hear what I had to say so that they could use it against me in some way. Can't be working out too well because they're getting real upset. And all I was talking about was the same subject matter that I'm telling you about today. But I just wanted to share that with you guys to see what you thought. A lot, I know it's really harsh to say, like, I get that. And I'm friends with straight people. Like, I'm talking a lot of shit about a lot of different people. I've got straight friends and I've got like fucking men in my life that I love, like maybe not romantically, but I've got men in my life that I love, and I know that everything that I'm saying sounds bigoted as hell, and it probably is, but it comes from knowing history, and it comes from having really observed what's fucked up about the world, because when you're a targeted individual, you get close to that. When you're a kid, you weaponize things to get attention. You weaponize things to get love. You weaponize things so that people will notice you. When you're an adult, you weaponize things so that you don't have to take responsibility for anything that you do. And it's those adults that give birth to children that have no accountability at all, that cannot accept how limited their perceptions are, and they want to not only impose their limitations on their own children, but also on the rest of us. Adults suck. We suck. I don't like us. I don't like us at all. I at first I said that like adults are good for sex and money, but like I can't even say sex. Like the majority of adults are crap at sex, just lousy. Can't have sex worth the shit. The orgasm gap is large as fuck. We can't even get that right. Can't even get basic fucking. We can't even get that right. Let alone how to treat each other in relationships and friendships and work environments. We're trash at so much. It's incredible how trash we are. We don't even realize it. We don't even realize it. Should I go? Yeah, no. But no, that's what I was saying. Um, yeah, we don't even realize how trash we are. Like I was gonna say we're good at sex and money and that's all we're good for. When it comes to family, I get money. It comes back to money again. That's all we're good for. That's all we're good for. And again, the sex part, I gotta take that back. Cause like we're not even good at that. If we were any good at that, we wouldn't be the way that we are. You know what I mean? Fucking ridiculous, bro. But I like, as much as I don't like children, because I don't like anybody, I don't like people, but I maintain that if we revolved the world around children, this world would clean up. I think if we revolved the world around children, then, a lot of the technology we use, we would use healing frequencies. And it wouldn't just be for like a small select group of people either. It would be for everybody. I think the technology we would use would be healing frequencies. I think the food and drink that we consume would be, properly sourced. And I think everything that we did with our lives would be far more ethical if we revolved it around the welfare of children. I don't even like kids, but the truth of the matter is, if we revolved a lot of what we did around the welfare of children, this world would be a lot better than it is. You can't tell me any different. The racism would clean up, the sexism would clean up, the transphobia would clean up, the fucking like homophobia would clean up, the xenophobia would clean up, all of it would clean up. Because unless you teach children how to hate, they're not going to. It's as simple as that. If everything that they do is to get attention, if you teach them that the best way to get attention is to be loving and to be kind and to look after one another, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? If you teach them that the what gets the most attention is you being kind to other people, what are they going to learn from that? This what will clean up. And if we put children first, there wouldn't be so many children who were trafficked. There wouldn't be fetuses being irradiated in the womb when a woman does make the decision to have children. So pregnant women would be safe if we revolved our lives around children more. Pregnant women would be safe. And we would prioritize who was actually good at parenting rather than, whether they were straight or not, or whether they were black or white, or like it would be about the child and what's best for them. But it's not. It's revolved around a bunch of people who don't know what the fuck grown is. It's revolved around a group of people that are selfish and petty and hypocritical and lazy, and who think that all that one needs to be productive is to work and to look like they're doing something. We're a group of people who need to be entertained into doing the right thing and coddled into doing the right thing. We don't want to do the right thing for the sake of it. We don't want to do the right thing because it's important. We want to do the right thing because it makes us feel good to do it. And ordinarily, I'd be like, yeah, like I want to feel good. Like, nobody understands that more than me, but the problem is that we waste fucking time. How many people, hold on, Amanda just, basic funny, basic fucking. Like, this is what I'm saying, Amanda. This is what I'm saying. A lot of adults can't fuck. We can't fuck worth a shit. It's tragic. Money is about all. Yeah, because you need money to survive in this world, and money is like it's a good invention because instead of trading one good for another good, which is slow as hell, like you've got, yeah, it's good for trading goods and services, but that's all we're good at, fucking trading shit. And even then, we have to stiff one another in something. You know what I mean? Sorry, but yeah, no, like it's ridiculous. Like, what was I saying, baby? What was I saying? Um, yeah, orgasm gap is wide as shit. If we centered around what the children needed, that like a lot of things would be cleared up immediately, but we don't center them. We center them around our own entertainment. We center life around our own entertainment. We need to be entertained before we can do the right thing, like I said before. And like, I can give you one example where adults really fucking suck. As I was cleaning my apartment, because I've got someone coming over on Thursday. Hopefully they're going to come round on Thursday. I've got somebody, a relative of mine coming round on Thursday, right? Or at least that's the plan. So I'm out here cleaning, and I'm thinking about, you know what? I really hate cleaning, but the person that's about to come over here, I really like them. And if I really like them, then I don't want them to be doing cognitive labor of thinking about how they would clean the place. And then it made me think about all the power struggles that I've not only been going on around here when it comes to cleaning, but that have been going on like in my family as well. So instead of like us just doing basic stuff to look after ourselves because we like ourselves and we want ourselves to do well, suddenly cleaning is a sign of hierarchy. It's used as a sign of hierarchy. It's used to establish a pecking order as to who gets to act like a baby. And the person who brings in the most money is the one who gets to act like a baby the most. So cleaning, when I was a kid, it wasn't entirely about a pecking order, but it was about a pecking order. So even cleaning, something as basic and standard as cleaning, is weaponized against children to establish a pecking order. And then when you get to being an adult, for example, what I've got going on around me right now, there are people leaving the place dirty for me to clean because they want to establish a pecking order and maintain that cleaning is beneath them. I don't even like cleaning, but I'm like, if I really like someone, I'm going to clean. I don't give a fuck. But it's like, it gets to a point where this is what adults do, right? Adults are so hateful that because they hate you more than they love their loved ones, they will leave the place dirty for you to clean. Even if it means people that they supposedly like and respect have to walk through the dirt to get to them. That's the type of shit that adults do. You saw, like, in supported housing, those of you who've been following me for years, you saw how supported housing was left in sometimes. You saw the state of the kitchen and sometimes the bathroom. Weaponized to cause someone stress, rather than thinking to yourself, you know what, I like the people that are visiting me. I'm going to make the place nice for them. Instead, you want to weaponize it against me. I fell for it once. Not falling for it again. But that's what adults do. They weaponize something as like cleaning, and seeing it as a woman's job. That's another example of weaponizing cleaning. Weaponizing basic things that are supposed to be there to take care of ourselves and one another, we're weaponizing it. What the fuck is going on? Health is another thing that adults weaponize. The idea of good health, the idea of achieving maximum mobility and eating well and exercising. We weaponize that shit too in order to drag the shit out of somebody for their size, whether they're too big or they're too small. That's what I'm saying. We fucking suck. Can't get sex right. Can't get anything right. Just awful. Lazy, slow, petty. Just lazy, slow, and petty. And we wonder why the world is in such a state. Shout out to Amanda, though. Amanda gets me. Amanda gets me. Nah, man. You know, now that I really think about being on my own and what it means. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And I'm going to be real with all of you. There is a massive part of me that is speaking out of hurt because of the gang stalking and because of the disarray that gang stalking would have left my life in if I was a different person. I do. I know, Amanda. I know you do. Yeah, but gang stalking has left a big hurt in my life. And I do say these things out of that hurt, but I had to really sit there and think to myself, I could be hurt, I could be completely bitter. But again, would an intelligent person give birth to a person who would do the things that would cause me to be bitter in the first place? If the answer to that question is no, then how does that make me wrong? You see, even when I have to think about how my emotions are forming my opinions, it still comes back to, well, yes, that's correct. I had to really think about it, really think about what I was saying. And I was like, no, I'm right. We've got people with the intelligence of house cats, people who are animalized, having children. They don't even know why they're doing it. They don't even know why they're doing it. They want to do it. And then they pass on that same ignorance onto their children. And again, not all parents do that, but it's parents, the majority of parents are doing it because the rest of the world, what's going on in the world, speaks for itself. We're giving birth to people who are taking children away from TIs. Wake up, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like my opinions are gonna piss a lot of people off, but it's the truth. Grow up. For what? For what? For fucking what, bro? Fucking what? For what? Grow up for what? Grow up to do what specifically? Now I gotta go. But I want to thank Amanda in particular, Amanda Phillips, for joining me. I love talking to Amanda, man. She's incredibly intelligent, switched on. I love talking to her. Like I meet so many good TIs of all different types that are just like really intelligent and really down for the cause and who understand things. So she's one. Ciara Tavares Reyes is another one. Like I know so many good TIs. I'm very lucky. So shout out to her. And for the rest of you who watch this back, if you've made it this far in the video, let me know how you guys are doing. I know I'm sharing a controversial opinion, but I just wanted to get that out of me because I felt like it was important to really understand how fucked up this world is and that we shouldn't give ourselves a pass for it at all. I almost forgot to bring up the Kendrick and Andrew Schultz thing. Andrew Schultz basically out here talking about raping Kendrick Lamar. Andrew Schultz is a father and he's talking about raping Kendrick Lamar, who's a father. And the second Andrew Schultz gets called out on his shit, what does he do? He hides behind his kids. Again, nobody with intelligence does that shit. On that note, I'm going to go. My fellow TIs, I love you so much. Peace and blessings. We will see each other again soon. And again, let me know how you're doing if you made it this far. Okay? Take care. Bye bye, my darlings.